So again, my name's Gabe Zollner. You know what I think should happen before the members of Congress can vote as to whether or not Obama should be allowed to attack Syria? Well, I think what needs to happen is they have to have a number of constitutional professors come and bring them up to speed. It's more than obvious to me that they're clueless, which comes as no big surprise. And the reason I say that they're clueless is that there's a number of members of Congress that have come out and said that they feel that Obama is able to do as he wishes and attack Syria without congressional approval. And there's a number of other congressmen and members of Congress, whether they be senators, that feel otherwise. They don't feel that he can act independent of congressional approval. So it's obvious to me that they don't know what they're talking about. But again, it doesn't come as a big surprise. What's important is to understand what we do know. And in watching Fox News, they had a congressional member of Congress from Illinois. He was a guest, and his name is Adam Kinzinger. And Adam can't wait to go back to Washington. And when he was asked if he would vote in favor of an attack, he said yes, he would. He doesn't believe it's right that poisonous gas should be used. And again, I do not disagree with him. The question that one has to ask is who used the poisonous gas? Now, let's examine the pieces of the puzzle. What do we know? Well, we know that Barack Hussein Obama 2 years ago said that it's time for the president of Syria, Bashar al-Assad, to go. We know that. That's a fact. We also know that Bashar al-Assad belongs to the Shiite sect. You know who else belonged to the Shiite sect when he was alive? Gaddafi in Libya. Yeah, he also belonged to the Shiite sect. And now that he's gone, guess who has control of Libya? Well, the Muslim Brotherhood, the Sunnis, al-Qaeda. That's who has control of Libya. And who do you think is going to take control of Syria if, in fact, Bashar al-Assad is removed? Well, no different than in Libya. It'll be the Brotherhood, it'll be al-Qaeda, it'll be the Sunnis. Now, if you take again a look at the pieces of the puzzle, Obama has done everything that he can to get rid of Bashar al-Assad. Benghazi was there, the facility, and the annex was there for what purpose? Well, we still don't know. And the anniversary is, what, less than 2 weeks away? Yeah, well, they were there to ship weapons through Turkey, which is a very close ally of Barack Hussein Obama. And those weapons, once in Turkey, were sent to Syria to equip who? The rebel freedom fighters. You know, the same guys that lame-brained Senator McCain went to visit. Yeah? And he thinks that we need to continue to support them with weapons. But who are the Syrian rebels? What are the major factions that form the Syrian rebels? Well, I got to believe the answer to that question is more than obvious. Al-Qaeda, the Muslim Brotherhood, that's who. So then what does that tell us? Well, that tells us that the President of the United States, along with Hillary Rodham Clinton, who was then Secretary of State, has been arming, equipping, training, and funding enemies of the United States. Just take a look at, again, the pieces of the puzzle, how supportive Obama was in Egypt of Mohammed Morsi. There's speculation that he gave them $8 billion so they could buy a piece of land and give it to the Muslim Brotherhood, you know? Jihad! Yeah, it's more than obvious to me, and it amazes me that it's not that obvious to members of Congress or to most of the American people, because if it were, they would be screaming at high heaven. And you know, they talk about impeaching Obama. Impeachment proceedings are for presidents. He needs to be arrested and tried for what? Well, for treason. Why? If you look up the term treason, which I did a video on, so saving you having to look it up, anyone that provides assistance or weaponry to the enemy has in fact committed an act of treason. What more do you need to know? We've got a guy in the White House that was all bent out of shape with George Bush okaying waterboarding. he has no difficulty sending out drones to kill American citizens. He's done it. How many innocent children have been killed as far as collateral damage for his drone strikes? How many people have been killed with his drones? They say that, I think, less than 2% of those that were killed might have been the bad guys. But who are the bad guys? The same guys that he's funding, the same guys that he's training, the same guys that he's equipping. Wake up, America. You can't be that stupid. Or can you? I don't know, but it sure seems that way. We know that our members of Congress are impotent. Might they all have been compromised the way our Speaker, John Boehner, has been compromised through NSA and PRISM? I don't know. But Obama keeps getting away with cold-blooded murder. That's what I think. What do you think?